Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, something about my haircut just feels off? Maybe it's not bad, but somehow, it's not you anymore. The truth is, as we move through our 50s, 60s, and beyond, our face texture, and even our energy evolve. But so many women keep the same haircut they've had for decades, not realizing it might be quietly aging them. It's not about chasing trends or trying to look 30 again. It's about finding a style that celebrates who you are now. A great haircut doesn't just flatter your features. It lifts your confidence, brightens your eyes, and makes you walk a little taller. So today, we're talking about 5 haircuts that don't flatter women over 60, and what to choose instead. I'll share how to spot the cuts that drag you down, and the ones that bring you back to life. Because when your hair moves freely, softly frames your face, and feels like you again, that's when you stop aging backward and start glowing forward. Haircut number 1, the helmet hair. The helmet hair. You know the one. Perfectly rounded, stiff as a board, and completely immovable even in a gust of wind. It's the hairstyle that was once the picture of sophistication back in the 80s and 90s, when every woman wanted that tidy, polished look. But today, it's more of a memory than a modern choice. The problem with helmet hair isn't just that it looks dated, it feels dated. It locks your face into a rigid frame, and erases all movement and softness. No matter how beautiful your features are, that hard, sculpted shape can make them appear sharper, more tired, and less alive. It's like the hairstyle is wearing you, instead of the other way around. Many women stick to this cut because it's familiar, it's safe. You know how it falls, you know how it behaves. But safety isn't the same as flattery. As we age, our hair naturally loses volume and flexibility. A structured, shell-like cut exaggerates that flatness, making the face appear heavier or more angular than it truly is. What works better instead? Soft layered movement. A modern layered bob or softly textured cut that lets your hair breathe. Think of gentle waves that brush your cheeks, subtle volume at the crown, and ends that move naturally when you turn your head. A little imperfection goes a long way. It adds youthfulness and approachability. If your stylist still reaches for that round brush and extra hold hairspray to lock your shape in place, it's time to have a heart-to-heart. Ask for a cut that gives you lift without stiffness, and style with a light mousse or volumizing spray that keeps the bounce without the helmet. Because the truth is, hair that moves tells a story. It says you're still curious, evolving, and free. And that's a far more beautiful message than any perfectly frozen curl ever could be. Haircut number 2, the super short, severe cut. Let's talk about the super short, severe cut. The one that's cropped so tightly it almost looks sculpted out of stone. Many women choose this haircut because it's easy. No styling, no fuss, no worrying about humidity or flyaways. You wash it, towel it off, and you're done. And while that convenience is tempting, the trade-off is often a loss of softness. And with it, a bit of that radiant feminine energy that makes your face light up. Here's the secret. As we mature, our features naturally become a little more defined. A haircut that's too sharp, with harsh lines, no volume, and no movement, can amplify those edges instead of balancing them. What you end up with is a style that feels more severe than chic. It can make your face appear harder, your jawline heavier, and your overall presence less warm. But don't get me wrong. Short hair can be stunning. The key is texture and flow. Instead of that tight, uniform crop, go for a softly textured pixie or a tapered cut that has a little lift at the crown and some gentle pieces framing your face. Ask your stylist for soft, feathered layers instead of blunt edges, and keep the sides slightly longer so the cut feels modern and flattering. Think of actresses like Judi Dench or Jamie Lee Curtis. Their short styles aren't rigid. They have personality. They move. They sparkle. They show confidence without hiding femininity. And here's another tip. Your styling product matters. Trade the heavy waxes and gels for a lightweight texturizing cream or mousse that gives touchable shape, not stiffness. You want your hair to invite the light, not block it. Because the goal isn't to look young. It's to look alive. And that's exactly what happens when your haircut keeps just enough softness to match the warmth in your smile. Haircut number 3, the long, lifeless length. Now let's talk about the opposite problem. The too long, too heavy haircut that many women hold on to for years. You know the one. It falls straight past the shoulders, hangs flat against the face, and somehow never quite looks finished. For many of us, long hair once felt like our signature, a symbol of femininity, romance, or youth. But as we grow older, what once felt effortlessly elegant can start to feel tired. The truth is, hair naturally loses density and elasticity with age. When it's kept too long and weighed down, it stops moving, it just sits there. Instead of framing your features, it pulls them downward, making your jawline softer and your face look longer or even sadder. You might notice your hair feeling limp no matter how much you style it, or that it loses shape just hours after you blow dry. And here's the thing, many women don't even like their long hair anymore. They just keep it out of habit. It's familiar, it's safe, and it feels like a part of their identity. But letting go of length doesn't mean letting go of who you are. It's about refreshing the energy around you. The most flattering alternative? A shoulder-length or collarbone-length cut with gentle layers that create lift and movement. A soft long bob, is especially flattering for women over 60 because it balances the face, opens up the neckline, and still feels feminine, without the weight. Add some light face framing pieces or subtle waves to bring back that youthful bounce. If you still crave the feeling of long hair, try extensions or layered volume through styling, not length alone. The goal isn't to have more hair, it's to have livelier hair. Because here's the truth, a beautiful haircut shouldn't drag you down, it should lift you up. When your hair flows with lightness and vitality, it mirrors how you feel inside, free, refreshed, and ready for what's next. Haircut number 4, the heavy blunt bangs. Bangs, one of the most tempting hair choices out there. They promise instant change, quick coverage for forehead lines, and that hint of youthful mystery. But when they're too heavy or too blunt, they often do the exact opposite of what we hope. Instead of softening your look, they can harden it. Instead of hiding signs of age, they can actually highlight them. The problem with thick, straight-across bangs is that they create a visual curtain that cuts your face in half. This can shorten your features, draw attention to the lines you were trying to minimize, and make your eyes appear smaller. On finer or thinning hair, blunt bangs also expose the scalp and require constant trimming to stay even, which means more maintenance and less natural movement. Many women choose heavy bangs as a quick fix, a way to change their look without changing their haircut. But what they don't realize is that hair should flow into the face, not cover it. When the line of your bangs is too solid, you lose that soft connection between your eyes, cheekbones, and smile, the very elements that make your face expressive and radiant. So what's the better option? Go for wispy, side-swept, or curtain bangs that open up your face and create movement. These lighter styles add a youthful lift without closing you off. Side-swept bangs, for example, naturally blend with your layers and help draw the eye diagonally, creating a soft, lifting effect. Curtain bangs are even more forgiving. They frame your features beautifully and can be styled open or tucked for versatility. And here's a secret. The best bangs are the ones that look accidental. A little uneven, a little soft, like they fell perfectly into place. Use a round brush or your fingers to give them a natural bend, not a stiff line. Because your face tells your story, and it deserves to be seen, not hidden. Lighten the bangs, let the light back in, and watch how your whole expression transforms from trying to look young to effortlessly ageless. Haircut number 5, the overstyled frozen dew. You know that hairstyle that doesn't move, not even in a breeze? The one that stays perfectly in place from morning coffee to evening dinner, not because it's naturally flawless, but because it's been shellacked into submission. Yes, we're talking about the overstyled frozen dew. This look used to be the gold standard of put together. Decades ago, a sculpted set or a firm hold blowout was the ultimate sign of polish. But today, it often reads as stiff and unapproachable. The truth is, when your hair looks frozen, it makes your entire appearance feel static, as though you're clinging to an older version of yourself instead of evolving with ease and grace. The biggest issue isn't just aesthetic, it's energy. Overstyled hair reflects a need for control, when true beauty often comes from letting go. And ironically, the more we try to perfect every strand, the more we lose that effortless charm that makes a woman glow. Instead of crisp curls and cemented volume, aim for soft, touchable texture. Ask your stylist for a cut that's designed to move, gentle layers, feathered ends, and a bit of lift around the crown. When styling, use flexible hold sprays or a light volumizing mousse instead of strong gels or heavy hairspray. You'll still look polished, but in a way that feels alive. Think of women who always seem ageless. Their hair never looks done, yet it's always lovely. That's because modern elegance lives in motion. When your hair sways naturally, catches the light, and frames your face softly, it tells the world, I'm confident exactly as I am. So if you find yourself freezing your style in place out of habit, here's your gentle reminder. You've earned the right to relax. Your beauty doesn't need to be held in place. It shines brightest when it moves freely, just like you. Here's the truth. Your haircut is never just about hair. It's a reflection of how you see yourself today. Each strand carries a bit of your story, the chapters you've lived, the lessons you've learned, and the confidence you've grown into. But sometimes, without even realizing it, we hold on to styles that belong to who we used to be, not who we've become. This isn't about chasing trends or looking younger. It's about alignment, making sure the woman you see in the mirror matches the vibrant, wise, and radiant woman you feel inside. And that starts with letting go of what no longer flatters or fulfills you. Whether that's the heavy bangs, the overly sprayed set, or that same old cut you've had for decades, it's never too late to evolve. Because when you update your style to reflect your present, something magical happens. You don't just look fresher, you feel lighter. Your hair begins to move again, and so do you, with a renewed sense of freedom, confidence, and joy. So, ask yourself, what version of you do you want your hair to introduce to the world? The woman holding on to the past, or the woman boldly embracing the now? The choice, as always, is entirely yours, and it's never been more beautiful to own it. If this video inspired you to rethink your haircut, even just a little, then you're already one step closer to a fresher, more confident you. Remember, style isn't about age, it's about expression. And you deserve to wear yours with pride. If you enjoyed this conversation, give it a like and subscribe to Elder's Lantern, where timeless beauty meets modern confidence. Share this video with a friend who's ready for her own hair refresh, and tell me in the comments, which of these cuts are you letting go of next? I'd love to hear your story.